G'day guys, this is Jester from JokesAsideStarcraft bringing you another game today. A few little announcements before we start this game. Yesterday I actually helped cast the TT Esports StarCraft 2 Challenge number 2, where the top 8 players now have invitations to the mwave.com invitational for $500. Infitaga actually took down the tournament in a best of 5 against Moonglade, went to the ace match. Sorry for the spoilers guys if you haven't seen it, but yeah, do check out that tournament. It's on justin.tv/Anu Burak. I'll link it down in the comments so you guys can check it out. But yeah, it's a great game guys, great couple of games guys, and a great tournament, so definitely check that out. Casting's going pretty well lately. I've got my name out there a little bit, and hopefully if you guys like it, spread the word, tell your friends, and subscribe to me on YouTube. Okay, let's get this game underway. As we can see, it's FXOSheth versus LiquidTyler. This game's from earlier on in the year, but it is from two of my favorite players, and as we can see by the comments guys, it does look like these two obviously know each other pretty well and are being pretty friendly. We've got LiquidTyler spawning down here as the blue Protoss in the bottom left position, or the 7 o'clock I suppose you'd call it, and we've got FXOSheth as the red Zerg spawning in the top left position, or the 10 o'clock position I suppose you'd call it. So yeah, we do have banter going on between these two. And a PvZ today, it's a fairly volatile matchup. This is pre-patch, so the warp gate timings and things and the infestor speed haven't been patched in this game. But I thought I'd bring it to you anyway. I haven't actually watched this replay, but as I said, it's two players who I know. It's two great players, two very, very popular players in their own rights, and yeah, it should be a great game today. So pretty much what we're going to be trying to do today is look at the PvZ matchup in its entirety, and see how these two handle the early pressure from Zerg, if any at all comes, or and what sort of builds they use to try and keep each other at bay. I'll just sort of speed it up a little bit at the start, just so we can get their builds sort of going along. And it looks like we may have few things going down. We have the gateway from Tyler and the gas, and for FXOSheth we do have the pool and the gas going down. Looks like there may be a little bit of early aggression. It really depends on what Sheth decides to do with that first 100 gas. We do see Tyler scouting him now, and as that gateway finishes, the cybernetics core drops straight away, and at the moment no units being produced by that gateway. We do have vision from Tyler. He obviously knows this map. They play it quite often, and he wants to make sure that no sneaky overlords can stay there or anything like that. Pretty much just the standard openings. The second gas going down from Tyler, so it doesn't look like we're going to have any 4-gate pressure or anything like that, and a zealot being produced from that opening gateway just to fully block off that ramp. We should see warp gates dropping pretty much straight away as this cybernetics core finishes. Is a little bit of a gap. Tyler should probably get that started. He does have 50 gas, and it looks like, yeah, there it is, and it's being chrono boosted out. No chrono boost being saved. On the Nexus you can see that the probes have been coming out. It looks like a little bit of conversation between these two as these lings chase this probe home. He will arrive there safely and get back in behind the safety of that zealot. Oh, great force field from Tyler, actually blocking in those first 4 lings. It looks like, yeah, the zealot and the sentry will take those out. And yeah, these two obviously being very good friends. Just a little bit of banter going on between them, telling him that he blocked in those 4 lings, and the expansion is going down from Sheth. As we see Zerglings streaming in towards Tyler's base, maybe a little bit of pressure. Looks like, yeah, he's going to try and take down that zealot, try and break through this wall that Tyler has. The second sentry pops, and another sentry coming out from the gateway. Warp gates nearly 2/3 done, I'd say, and 2 more gates coming down for Tyler. So it looks like we might see a 3-gate expand, something like that. With the high sentry count, it is certainly the most likely. And it looks like that Zella is very, very close to dying with only 5. And yes, it does go down. Zergling's now sort of pushing up on the sentries, but no more pressure being applied by Sheth. Speed is finished on those Zerglings, so they do actually come down from his base quite quickly. There is a fair distance between the bases on this map, but with that speed, it is covered, as I said, exceptionally quickly. Drones being taken off gas from Sheth, as it looks like further pressure, and a pylon going down by Tyler. It looks like, yeah, in anticipation of throwing down an expansion. And yes, there is that probe throwing it down, and those 2 links get picked off. So Sheth does know everything about this. Quite a number of Zerglings just sitting outside Tyler's base, probably waiting for a little opening just to try and cause some serious damage. They're attacking this Nexus now. I'm not sure whether Tyler, and yes, he does force a cancel with those Zerglings. Huge thing, really. I mean, he did get some minerals back, but it's still a costly cancel for Tyler. Those Zerglings again, just sort of feigning pressure, making sure that Tyler's always has to be making units and always has to be keeping a watchful eye. We do just see the 3 gates from Tyler. The expansion is fully down and becoming saturated by Sheth, and looks like, yes, a Roach Warren is going down. Just to continue this pressure, and Roaches are a pretty beefy unit in the Zerg's arsenal. They're really, really good against Stalkers and really all gateway units. They're kind of a necessity in a PvZ. A lot of Zergs go Roaches, and it's understandable why. 3rd gas being taken now by Tyler. Protoss is one of those really gas-hungry races, so it's completely understandable. Zerglings again just trying to feign pressure and keep Protoss on his toes. And we do see Sheth just droning up. That hallucinated Phoenix getting a full scout, but yeah, Sheth with a lair coming down is just droning and trying to get that economy really going well. He does know that obviously that Tyler has expanded, so he needs to sort of keep up that economic lead with a higher drone count, and maybe even taking another expansion not too far down the track. So that 1 Zergling coming in to scout the probe line. A Stalker trying to pick off the scouting overlord and also protect that probe. He does pick off 1 probe though, a little bit surprising, maybe a little lack of concentration from Tyler, concentrating too much on that overlord. Still just the 3 gates going down, and we do see Sheth continuing to drone up. No upgrades going as yet. We do have the lair coming up, 5 Roaches being popped, and now looks like the 4th gas. Yes, the 4th gas going down, and we do have a robotics bay coming from Tyler. Colossus looked like a great choice in the tech path that Sheth is choosing. I mean, to defend against the tech path that Sheth is choosing, with those heavy force fields and Colossus raining down quite a bit of damage. It does become really important to sort of get those out. Sheth is going for burrow and tunneling claws on those Roaches. He wants to be able to do quite a bit of, I suppose, sneaky damage with them. Burrow is one of those upgrades that sort of doesn't do that much. I mean, it depends on whether the observers come out for Protoss, so whether they can see that burrow. It does help. As I said, there is no observer at the moment for Protoss, but it does sort of help strike that. There may be one just here. I'm sorry guys, I missed that. There is an observer out. If it's not with the army though, in the engagement, those Roaches will be able to burrow and heal, have that regeneration. It does look like the observer is returning home though. And we do see the tunneling claws, so they will be able to move. And we see extended thermal lance, very, very important upgrade going down for the Protoss. That 9 range on the Colossus is a huge difference, as we see Sheth taking a 3rd base, Lings poised for any counter attack should a push come. And yeah, this is a pretty standard build from a lot of Protoss these days, that really, really heavy sentry count to firstly protect the expansion when it goes up, and also to really lock in a lot of Zerg units.